Once upon a time, in a cozy little classroom filled with sunshine and happy chatter, lived a group of students who each had a special friend. These weren't just any friends. They were little green plants, sitting in colorful pots, one for every child. They were the classroom's garden corner, a special place full of life and learning. Among these students was a bright and kind-hearted 6-year-old girl named Emily. Emily had lovely shoulder-length black hair, always held back with her favorite sunny yellow headband. She wore a neat white shirt under a cheerful green pinafore dress, and she had a smile that could light up the whole room. Emily loved her little plant more than anything. She had named him Sprout, and she took great care of him every single day. She knew just how much water he liked and the perfect spot on the windowsill where he could soak up the morning sun. Her classmates loved their plants too, and the garden corner was usually the liveliest part of the classroom, with leaves reaching up as if to say hello. One bright morning, Emily was the first to arrive at school. She skipped into the classroom, her backpack bouncing gently, eager to say good morning to Sprout and all his friends. But as she got closer to the garden corner, her happy skip slowed to a stop. Something was wrong. The once vibrant and perky plants now looked tired and droopy. Their leaves, which were usually a brilliant green, had turned a little sad and yellowish. They were all wilting, their little heads hanging low. Emily's heart felt a little pinch of sadness. "Oh no," she whispered, her voice full of concern as she gently touched a wilting leaf. It felt dry and limp. "They look so sad. They must be very, very thirsty." She knew she had to do something, and quickly. She couldn't bear to see her little green friends looking so down. Without a second thought, Emily sprang into action. She hurried over to the classroom sink, her small feet pattering on the floor. She grabbed the little red watering can that was kept just for the plants. Turning on the tap, she filled it with cool, fresh water, watching carefully so it wouldn't overflow. The sound of the running water seemed like a promise of relief for the thirsty plants. With the watering can held steady in both hands, she carefully walked back to the garden corner. She started with the plant closest to her, a tiny fern with delicate leaves. She tilted the watering can just so, letting a gentle stream of water soak into the soil. "There you go, little one," she hummed softly to herself, a happy little tune. She moved from one pot to the next, giving each plant a good, long drink. She made sure not to give them too much, just enough to quench their thirst. As she watered the last plant, something magical happened. One of the tiniest plants, a little sprout that was barely bigger than her thumb, suddenly perked up. Its leaves, which had been completely drooped over, bounced back with a little wiggle, almost as if it were stretching after a long nap. It looked like it was smiling right at her. Emily giggled with delight. It was the cutest thing she had ever seen. The little sprout's sudden happiness was contagious. She watched as, one by one, the other plants began to stir. Their leaves slowly unfurled and lifted towards the ceiling. The sad, yellowish color began to fade, replaced by a healthy, happy green. The whole garden corner seemed to sigh with relief. It was like watching a sleepy world wake up. Emily knew that water was only part of what the plants needed. They also needed sunshine to feel their best and make their food. "Now for some sunshine," she declared to her leafy friends. She carefully picked up each pot, one at a time. They felt a little heavier now with all the water, but she was strong. She carried them over to the big classroom window, where the morning sun was streaming in, painting golden squares on the floor. She lined them up neatly on the wide windowsill, making sure each one had its own special spot in the sun. The light shone through their leaves, making them glow like tiny green jewels. They looked so much happier already, standing tall and proud in the warm light. Emily stood back, her hands on her hips, and admired her work. The classroom garden was beautiful again. Just then, the door swung open and her classmates began to trickling in, their voices filling the room with morning greetings and laughter. One of her friends, a boy named Leo, was the first to spot the change. "Wow, look at the plants!" he shouted, pointing towards the window. All the other children turned to look. Their sleepy morning faces immediately lit up with surprise and excitement. "They're not droopy anymore," a girl named Mia exclaimed. "They look so happy," another added. They all rushed over to the windowsill to see their plants, touching the leaves gently and chattering with joy. They couldn't believe the amazing transformation. Their little green friends were back to their cheerful selves, and the whole classroom felt brighter because of it. Their teacher, Miss Appleby, walked in, holding a stack of books. She saw all the children gathered by the window and smiled. "What's all the excitement about this morning?" she asked in her warm, kind voice. Leo pointed at Emily. Emily saved them. They were all sad and she gave them water and sunshine, he announced proudly. Miss Appleby looked at the vibrant row of plants on the windowsill and then at Emily, whose cheeks were turning a little pink. She walked over and knelt down beside her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Emily," she said, her eyes twinkling with pride, "thank you for taking such wonderful care of our classroom garden. You noticed they needed help and you knew just what to do. That was very responsible and very kind of you." The other children heard this and started a soft cheer for their friend. "Yay, Emily!" They clapped. Emily blushed a happy, rosy red, feeling a warm glow of pride spread through her chest. It felt so good to have helped. She looked at her friends, at her teacher, and at the happy little plants soaking up the sun. With a small, proud smile, she said, "Taking care of little things can make a really big difference." And she knew, in her heart, that it was true. From that day on, Emily and her classmates took extra special care of their garden. They made a watering schedule and took turns making sure their little green friends were never thirsty again. Emily often thought about that morning, about how a small act of kindness had brought so much happiness. She learned that even the littlest person can do big things, and that paying attention and caring for the world around you is one of the most important jobs of all. And every time she looked at the sunny windowsill, at the row of happy, healthy plants, she felt a little flutter of joy, knowing she had made a difference. Thanks for watching our story. We hope you enjoyed Emily's adventure in the classroom. Remember to always be kind and take care of the world around you, no matter how small it may seem. If you liked our video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fun stories and adventures. We love sharing these moments with you. See you next time. Bye for now.